Hey everybody, it's AvaBella here, founder of Asylum Media Group and creator of AvaBella's indieblog.com. I know some of you will watch this directly on www.avabellasinDieblog.com, but for those of you who will tune in, I just wanted to share a couple of things. I guess I'll start with the gig opportunity at South by Southwest because I'm sure that's going to catch a lot of you guys' attention. What I am asking you all to do is make sure that you go onto the site, subscribe so you can get the updates. The company that I normally work with, Black Vine Enterprises, I normally attend the show, perform in the show as an artist, and also handle media for the festival within the festival. This is not a official South by Southwest showcase, so I want to be clear with that. For those of you that follow me, you probably know that it's not an official show that we do, but we always have a great location at South by Southwest in Austin, and we always have a great turnout. Last year and the year before that, we had artists from all over the country. We had bands, we had singers, we had rappers, we had MCs. There's a difference. We had just a ton of talent and a diverse group of talent for the shows. And again, they were from all over the country. Thank you to those of you who just tuned in. If you looked at the title of this hang with, I have good news, and I'm talking about a gig opportunity at South by Southwest. So if you're an artist and you're looking to perform during South by Southwest, then every year for, I don't know how many years, we've put on a showcase down at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas during the music portion of South by Southwest Music, Interactive, and Film Festival. A lot of people have never been. A lot of people don't exactly know the magnitude of this festival and what it could mean for indie artists. Those indie artists that are pursuing the goal of getting signed to a label, those indie artists that are pursuing getting distribution deals, placement in films. Again, it is a film, interactive, and music festival. There's also a ton of people debuting new technology and platforms. Everybody goes to South by Southwest. I think Bandcamp is there, Music Cloud is there, Uber is there. Last year, Ava DuVernay spoke at South by Southwest. A good friend of mine in Philadelphia, now I consider her a great friend of mine, she has a PR firm and a technology firm, and she spoke at South by Southwest last year. There's just a ton of information and opportunity that you can gain to going to the panel discussions, and everything is listed on the website. So if you type in sxsw.com, you can find out more about South by Southwest. And after reading and go to YouTube, look at some video. If you put in South by Southwest, you will see some amazing talent, some amazing speakers, and you'll understand why it's so important for you to be there every year. Now, if you want to bypass all that, you already know what it is. Just take a moment after the broadcast to go to my website that's right underneath my chin, and you can subscribe so that you can get updates. I send out the updates as often as I get them. A lot of times you'll see me post on here if a show has come up, and it might be in Austin, Texas, it might be in New York, it might be in Kansas City, it might be in St. Louis, it could be anywhere in the country. And if you're a touring artist, then you definitely want to make sure you're subscribed, because that is the bulk of what I'm sending in those weekly emails. I don't spam you, I don't sell your email, I don't do any of those things. So it's a great idea to go ahead, sign up so you can know what's going on. The other thing is good news. I'm really realizing that I don't like this pink lipstick. I kind of just threw it on because I'm doing this. But another part of the title, the good news. If you all are following me on social media, be it Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, I made an announcement today that I am a finalist for the Alt Cap Your Business competition. Alt Cap is a company, an organization, I guess I should say, here in Kansas City that provides alternative capital and funding to businesses. For those of you that don't know the other side of what I do, besides singing and songwriting and touring and running the blog, I have basically a creative placement agency. I work with a ton of artists and I work with a ton of businesses who need to be matched up. If they need a videographer, people reach out to me. If they're trying to shoot a commercial, if they're wanting music for a web series, if they're wanting music for movies, if they're wanting a makeup artist, if they're wanting a clothing line to feature in something that they're doing, an event that they're doing. Last year, I had the opportunity to work with an attorney, and we wound up putting together 7 days worth of events. We tied it into Fashion Week. We had a mixer for creative talent. We worked with schools, we worked with nonprofits, we worked with community organizations, community initiatives, and I am from the arts community. I am an artist, so I'm always going to pull from there first, because 9 times out of 10, if you're an artist, then you can create, and you can create anything. I operate my business from the standpoint that, you know, there is an art to everything. There's definitely an art to business. There is a finesse to business. And you know, I've said this before, Honey Million. I don't know what that means. You have to DM me and tell me what that means. Okay, I'm trying to answer y'all's questions too. But yeah, so I got off track because I answered a question. Nevertheless, the All Cap Your Business competition provides alternative capital funding to businesses, individuals, entrepreneurs who otherwise wouldn't be able to obtain funding for their business. So I really want to take Asylum Media Group to the next level. I want to reach more people. I want to impact my community that I live in. My business operates in the historic 18th and Vine Jazz District, and it's important to me that the kind of business that I have and the kind of people that I serve, the kind of businesses that I serve, the artists that I have access to that are right there in that area all the time, are connected to the people and the opportunities that they need to be connected with. So that's why I got into the competition. Bullet Tooth, hi, what's up? Thank you to those of you who tipped coins. I try to stay up on Hang With. I blogged about Hang With and how to use the app, how to add live streaming to your marketing mix. But this is a new one on me because I haven't been on here in a couple days because of the competition. So I'm gonna have to see what this means. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Tips in any form are probably great. It's probably something that I need. So I'm gonna get up on that. But the other thing that I wanted to say is that I am absolutely out of line for not posting for Motivation Mondays. And I don't think I've done it in 2 weeks. And that is something that I definitely want to continue. Even if I start it here on Hang With and continue it over on my YouTube, which that's another announcement that I have. The YouTube is about to be kind of rebranded and transformed into a place that people want to go to. I plan on having on air, like actual live shows, like I used to when I did the Aim Anarchy television show, having guests and really making it interactive. Before we did it with Google Hang With, and I'm not opposed to doing that again. Maybe if you all have another suggestion besides like the live streams that you can do on YouTube. I know, I don't think anybody here uses Periscope. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm like so loyal to Hang With, so I'm just not gonna do it. But if you all have a suggestion, please let me know. My neighbors are passing me right now. They're probably wondering who I'm talking to. No, they're not. They don't care. Um, but but let's see. Oh yes, to add a little bit more to the YouTube page, I did get some really cool new toys in the mail. And when I say toys, for me, if you all don't know me, toys for me mean gadgets, um, anything that has to do with technology, any lighting, a new video camera, boom mic. Um, I'm just really preparing for things that I've already been doing. I am an Apple affiliate, so a lot of times when I'm on location somewhere at an event, I record from my phone. I'm recording directly on my iPhone. It's a 6 Plus. So it has a really great camera. It has a really great microphone, but I also got some new lavalier mics, the little mics that pin on people so you can hear. If I'm at a concert and I'm interviewing an artist, then I want you guys to be able to hear. So look for more of that. I'm still gonna cover the live festivals that we have here every year. We do Grub and Groove, which used to be Soul Food Fest, was down at Jazz Fest, getting some great footage over the weekend. The Kansas City Jazz Festival down on 18th and Vine. Dwelle was here. Sly and the Family Stone was here. We had a lot of local acts that were on the stage too, which I think is absolutely awesome. It's a good balance to having a festival when you can have a diverse group. And that's also why I look forward to our South by Southwest show. There's a lot of collaborations that come out of going to the festival, so I just really, really encourage you all to subscribe. You can email me directly from the page. It would be best to do both if you're interested in performing. Subscribe, send me an email, and that way you'll already be in my email system. I use MailChimp, so you'll already be in there and you can get the emails as they're going out. But if you have any like specific questions, specific comments, you can definitely just email them from any page on the blog. But as soon as you go there, you'll see where you can email me. You'll see where you can subscribe as well. It's a big pink button. You can't miss it. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to talk about. I did just watch a really good tech talk though tonight. TED Talk, Lord. So the TED Talk, and I'm going to put this information on the blog too, but it was talking about it was the disadvantage of a single story. And basically, it was talking about how we categorize people based upon things that we have learned that are not necessarily true. When we hear about Africa, we think of flies, we think of poverty, we think of children, with dirt on them. We think of people with no shoes on, villages and places that are not up to date, poor water quality. We think of all of these things, and yes, that is a part of their story. But the single story that we know about Africa is not the story that we need to know. No one talks about how it happened. No one talks about how creative and beautiful the people of Africa are. No one talks about how innovative they are. When we talk about Mexico, the lady mentioned that she had visited Mexico and she expected for, you know, people to again be in poverty. She expected, that people were just uncivilized. And all that we ever hear is about these people getting arrested at the border, that they are the hired help, that they are, just trying to get over here. But what she witnessed over here, meaning the US, what she witnessed was people getting ready to go to work, just like her. People getting ready to meet with friends, people that had that definitely had a place to be, that definitely had jobs, they had vehicles, and they weren't the single story that we normally see. I think for African Americans specifically, the single story that is told is that more black men are in jail than are in college. That's not true. There are statistics that say that it's not true. As a community, we know that that's not true. It happens, but it's not our single story. That's like, it's not who we completely are. We see it in the media. I know when the last few years, and I talk about the police shootings, the police murders, just shooting people in the street. When we see the news coverage after the fact, we can definitely tell a difference between the white males that perpetrate a crime and the black males who have been killed. Like, they talk about Michael Brown and he was a troubled teen, and it took for someone on social media. I know I kept seeing it on, the primarily urban or African American news outlets, where we finally got to see this young man in his cap and gown and smiling, and we only got a single story, and it did his legacy a disservice. It did his mother a disservice. It did his family a disservice. It did us a disservice. It did everybody a disservice. But we are guilty of that too. Sometimes we don't allow ourselves to be completely open to the possibilities because we know a single story about a race of people, about a particular area of our city, a particular part of the world, and we just do ourselves over and over again, everybody, a disservice by looking at the single story. I think what I want to challenge everybody to do going forward, to don't do yourself the disservice of reading and acknowledging the single story. My single story could be that I'm an African American single mom. I have 2 little boys. I've been homeless. I sing. I run around with rappers. And I lived in the projects. But my story is that I was raised in a two-parent home, a two-parent middle-class home. I was well taken care of. I was well balanced. I knew the word. I have a relationship with God. Um, I also am just I don't want to say a spiritual person, but I am an awake person. And I'm a business owner. I'm an artist. I create. I'm a maker. And my whole story and something that I try to leave people with about me is the creator created me to create, and that makes me ill. Like, what better way to live? Not everybody gets that. So always try to look at the whole of the story, the whole of the person, the whole of the people, because we don't have that much longer here. We don't have a lot of time. If we only view the single story, we rob ourselves of, and it sounds so cliche, but it's so true. We rob ourselves of the richness of life and the diversity of people. If it was supposed to be like everybody looked the same, dressed the same, had the same hair type, style, color, piercings, no piercings, tattoos, no tattoos, he would have made us all that way. He meaning the Most High. And that's just not something I believe. He created people the way that he wanted them to be, and it's our job to view more than the single story. So I don't really have nothing else to say. I always end up getting off on a tangent. I don't know, but I look forward to getting back on track with Motivation Mondays. I look forward to your subscribing to the email and me giving you more information about South by Southwest. The process is pretty simple. You just have to send an email of interest, and from there we reach out to you. We try to start early because it's, the closer that we get to March, because it's the third week in March, third week in March. The closer we get, the harder it is to secure everybody's. The time can get screwy, the acquiring a venue. There's always a backup plan. There's always a backup plan. There's always a plan in place, but the longer you wait, it's the less time you might have. So it's better to get in early. We run a great schedule to where everyone has adequate time. Everyone has adequate opportunity to network with the other artists. So it's just a great, if there was ever a great festival, it's a great festival. And people used to talk like this, and I would be like, what? I mean, it's Austin, Texas. It's what? I mean, it's music. It can't be all that, but it really, really is. There's just a lot of opportunity down there. So I look forward to talking with you all more about South by Southwest. Just send me an email from the website. Make sure you subscribe so I can easily email you back through the email service. What else can I say? If you have a comment about single stories, feel free to send me a note on single stories and how you've observed that around you. If you know of another way that I could communicate via video now that I have all of my new toys and gadgets, besides YouTube and Google what was it, Google Hangouts? Yeah, it was Google Hangout that we used to do the morning show with. If you want to see the morning show again, go look up AM Anarchy, like AM like the morning and Anarchy just how it sounds. We the camera quality was not all that great all the time, but there was always great information, and we had a lot of really, really, really cool guests and people that shared a lot of awesome information. So I'm getting tired because it's 12:31 and I've been working on this proposal for the business competition. And I'm also an e-marketing student, and I run a business during the day, and I'm a mama. So I'm going to go on and peace out to you all. Please be good to yourself. Be good to others. I'll see y'all.